Welcome to Chapter 2 of the Node War Handbook. I'm Ryky, and I'm here to answer the question, what is my role in a Node War? You just started attending Node Wars, or maybe you've been fighting for some time, but don't know which role to take on. I'm here to help you with that. Most guilds structure their Node War responsibilities into 5 roles. They are the main raid, also referred to as main ball or just main, flex, canon team, defense, and elephant riders. None are more or less important than the other and all are needed for a guild to be successful. But which role do you fit into? Let's find out. Starting with main raid, the majority of players end up in this group as they are the main combat force. During fights, each ball goes head to head and depending on how their players react, they can win or lose. The goal of main raid is to fight through the enemy main, advance to their base and take down their structures. Main can be broken down into 3 sections: frontline, backline, and skirmishers. All parts of the main will be following one player called the shot caller. Your shot caller will lead the main towards objectives while directing communication with your flex team, defense team, and cannon team. Frontline are normally your tank or support players. One part of frontline holds enemy engages at bay, provides heals and buffs, and soaks the incoming damage. The most popular classes for frontline are Valkyrie, Shy, Succession Nova, and Corsair or Mystic with DP builds. Another part of frontline does high melee damage. They are usually tough classes with close range AoEs that are the first to engage the enemy and can stay in the fight for a longer period of time with support classes. The most popular classes for close range damage are Guardian, Berserker, and Dracania. Meanwhile, Awakened Witch and Wizard are great options to fill that support role. Your primary source of damage in main raid will be the backline. Classes such as Ranger, Archer, Awakened Corsair, Succession Witch and Wizard, and even the newly released Magu are great at dealing damage from far away while your frontline engages. You have to be careful of enemy skirmishers though, and always watch out for their flanks. Talking about skirmishers, this will be the last part of your main raid. These players flank the enemy main raid and primarily focus on their backline or other squishy damage classes. You may be familiar with these pestering ninjas, Musas, Hashes, Sages, Vusas, and Magus. When moving around, main raid always follows the shot caller pings and should always move as tight as possible and avoid snaking. It's good to have fast scouts in the front to have the advantage of knowing your enemy's position so you can strike first. The next team we will cover is sometimes the most sought after, Flex. Coming from the word flexible, the Flex team is made up of a small group of players who do the necessary tasks usually away from the main raid. They scout to locate enemy forces, attack enemy forts to disrupt enemy rebuilds, protect the base when you need extra help, and sniff out the enemy team's cannon squad or protect your own cannons. High mobility classes tend to fit well in this role, such as Musa, Awakened Nova, Sorceress, Ninja, and Warrior. The Flex team usually operates alone during the Node War and completes tasks given by the shot caller while often utilizing different dream horses to strike fast. They can also work with defense to effectively search and destroy enemy cannons. Your cannon team is normally a small group of players. Their only goal is to cannon the enemy base and make it difficult for them to rebuild. The team needs to be strong enough to fight off enemy flex teams. You can normally find a cannoneer at a high location and sometimes in the enemy's base. Their success leans on a quick communication with the shot caller to share what's going on and whether they need help. The cannon team sometimes uses the ballista, which is much more expensive per shot to fire but deals massive damage to structures, especially recoveries. The cannon team usually finds a hard-to-access location where they can more safely cannon an enemy base. They coordinate with others to adjust for direction, and with the right combination of angle and shooting power, they fire at the target. The defense team can be considered one of the most crucial teams in the war. The team is usually composed of a defense lead who will shot call for the team and other team members who will man the annexes. The defense lead tends to be the guildmaster themselves or the guild advisor due to the specific abilities these roles can use during the war. Defense team members are supposed to repair the fort, upgrade the structures, and replace structures when they are low. Each defense member usually has an assigned structure which they control during defense. It is very important that the defense lead communicates with the flags team about incoming enemy cannon shots and overall base health. The Elephant Riders can be considered your smallest team. Many guilds only have 1 to 2 players who ride the guild elephant into battle, so they are usually part of the defense platoon to coordinate taking out elephants from the nursery. The elephants are used to kill structures, breach barricades or gates, and defend your fort or flag. Many times you can find your guild elephants following behind the main raid to provide crowd control through the skill Fort Chop. They have to be careful when directly attacking a base though. An elephant can greatly be weakened by a flame tower or huacha. They also cannot continue doing damage to fort once it hits 50% health. I hope this guide gives you a better idea of how Node Wars are structured and how you can contribute to your guild. Regardless of which class you play or how skilled you are, you can be successful in any of these roles with practice. You should now have a good idea of each player's role, and if you're just starting out, we hope you can find the role that best fits you. Thank you for watching, and look out for Chapter 3.